everyone, and welcome to our virtual play week 2020. Unfortunately, we can't all get together, so I'm going to show you today how to do something that you can play at home. I know we're specifically looking at doing this for children, but actually adults really love to do this as well. So I'm going to show you how to make giant bubbles very easily at home with just a few simple ingredients, most of which you've probably got in your cupboards and in your drawers at home. So if I start with what we actually need, we need a washing up bowl to mix it in. We need some sticks. I cut these from the garden earlier. I've got some shorter ones here, so we'll have a little bit of a play and see which makes the best bubbles. So we'll have those. We've got some scissors. Obviously, if you're young, you're going to need a parent or a carer to give you some help with this, because we don't want you to cut yourself or hurt yourself. So we've got some scissors. We're going to need them for the string. We need a cup to measure our ingredients, so you don't need any scales or anything like that. We need some string. I've got two types of string here, but any string or wool or something like that you can use for it. So it may be something that you've got at home, or you can ask one of your friends or family for. We need some spoons. This is a tablespoon. It's bigger than a dessert spoon that you'd normally eat your cereal or your pudding with. It's a tablespoon, it's a big one. Or you might have some measures like this and it says on it it's a tablespoon. Okay. We've got some water, just ordinary tap water. You want it at room temperature, you don't want it really cold out of the tap. We've got some corn flour. You can get corn flour from all of the supermarkets. You use it normally to thicken your gravy, but we're going to use some of this today. We've got some baking powder. Again, very possibly you've got some in the cupboard at home, but you can buy it from all supermarkets. None of these ingredients are expensive, so it's not going to cost you a lot of money to make it. Some baking powder, some washing up liquid. Can't do advertising, but this type that's just the original green type makes much better bubbles. But by all means, this is all about having fun, so you can have a play about seeing, you know, the different mixtures and different liquids and things, and see if you can make better bubbles. And this ingredient you don't need. It's called glycerin, and you can get it from a lot of the supermarkets in the baking aisle, or I went to the chemist and I got this from the chemist this morning, so it's quite easy to get. And like I say, it's not going to cost you a fortune to make it. So we're going to, first of all, I'm going to mix the bubble mixture. I am going to mix it and do bubbles. If you leave it stand longer or overnight, it actually gets better. So if you want to make it in advance, you can do that. So we'll make the mixture first, and then I'll show you how to make your bubble ones with your stick. Okay, so what we need is 6 cups of water. Can I just say, don't do this on your table, because your family might not be impressed. It might be useful to do it outside in the garden, or put a plastic tablecloth down so you don't damage the furniture. Okay, 6 cups. 1, 2, I have got 6 cups. 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow, how about that? How about that? 6 cups of water, just ordinary tap water, nothing special. Okay, now we are going to do half a cup of corn flour. So okay, so there we've got about half a cup of corn flour, and we're going to put that into our mixture. And half a cup, sometimes a little bit more, of washing up liquid. Oh, I'm spilling it. Oops. Okay, so we've got half a cup of washing up liquid. We're going to put that in here. Swirl that around a little bit. See what I mean? This is a little bit messy. Okay. And then we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of glycerin. Whoops, I got it. There we go. So 1 tablespoon of glycerin. And we put that in the mixture. It's a bit like Hubble Bubble Toil and Trouble. Mix it up. What's going to happen is when it's sat for a little bit, the corn flour, the powder, will sink to the bottom. So if you do leave it to stand before you use it, give it a bit of a stir round so you can get all the ingredients going. Okay, and our very last ingredient here is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so 1 tablespoonful of baking powder. And that is our bubble mixture. I'm going to give it a bit of a stir round. You have to get down there because the powder settles on the bottom. Okay, and mix it up. There we go. There, so we've got our liquid to make our giant bubbles. Right, I've mixed it up. We'll leave it stand for a little bit and I'll show you how to make the bubble ones. Okay, so we've got sticks. These are really long sticks. I don't know whether actually they might be a little bit too long really. So I'm going to try and cut these down a little bit. Again, this is very sharp. You need to have an adult to help you with this. We want 2 sticks of about the same length. But I'm going to try with some shorter ones as well. There we go. So we've got our 2 sticks of about the same length. I'm going to try with this string first. And we want, my arms are probably longer than most people, so about your arm's length from one arm to one arm of your string. So we measure that off and cut it off. So you can see it's about nearly the length of my arms, my 2 arms when they're outstretched. Then we need another piece of string, half the size of the one you've already cut. So if we fold that in half, grab your other piece of string and about half the size and cut that. Okay, so we end up with 1 long piece of string and 1 short piece of string. Okay, now both of these strings are going to be tied to the end of our sticks. So if you put the 2 ends together of the long string and the short string, and we want to tie it to the end of your sticks. So if you need help with tying, you can ask an adult to help you. There we go, so we've tied that to the end of our string. Okay, so we've got 1 long string and 1 short string tied. Then we are then going to get the other 2 ends. So obviously your long string hangs longer than your short string. Get the 2 ends together. Can everyone see that? So that we're going to have something like this. Then we get our other stick and tie the other 2 ends to our other stick. And you might have canes or things in the garden you can use, but like I say, I cut these from a tree, so obviously don't damage the tree, and you need to take the little branches off. So what we're going to end up with, this is our bubble wand, our giant bubble wand. So we've got 2 sticks and the pieces of string there that are hanging down. I am going to try with the little sticks because I thought we'll have a little bit of a play around and see which works best. But this is so much fun. Once you start, you can't stop, and I can guarantee all the adults in your family are going to want to play this too. This is a different string. This is something, it's like more of a nylon one. That one's like a cotton one, but just have a play around with what you've got, or if you've got any wool in the house. I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter, I think, because the sticks are shorter. So cut that one off there, and then remembering half the size, so fold that in half, cut another piece that is half that size. Yeah. So again, we've got one long piece of string and one short piece of string. Okay, we're doing the same again. Put your 2 ends together. I've got a little stick, I've got a little branch sticking out of that one, and tie it to the end of one of your sticks. I don't think I left enough to tie there, but I'm sure we can manage. Right, I'm struggling with this string. There we go, so I've got that on there. Hang your strings down, take the end of the short one and the end of the long one, put them together and tie that to the end of your other stick. Okay, so that is another, a bit twisted there, another giant bubble wand, and that's quite easy to do. So what we're going to do, we're at this beautiful place, Sycamore Adventure in Dudley. What we're going to do now is go down onto the grounds. We're going to take our bubble mixture and our sticks, and we're going to see if we can make some giant bubbles. I'll see you in a minute. Hi guys, we're down here now in Sycamore Adventure in Dudley, and we're going to have a go with the mixture that we just mixed. Remembering what I said, because the powder gathers at the bottom, so you need to use your spoon, give it a little bit of a mix up and make sure everything's mixed together. Okay, now I've got the 2 bubble ones that we just made, and we're going to have a play with them. So all you need to do, you have to make sure your string isn't all tangled, because it does get tangled. It is just one of those things. We've got our sticks, and what we're going to do is dip the string and the end of the sticks into the bubble mixture, so that we're picking up the bubble mixture. Then we're going to pick it up, and you just need to walk backwards, and that's how you make your bubbles. These are quite small. You will get bigger bubbles than these. So I'm a bit tangled now, this is how it works, but the fun is just spending hours doing this, to be perfectly honest. So we get it up, we pull it back, and when you close your sticks together, you close the bubble off. And we can make lovely giant bubbles. Oh, that one burst. It happens. Oh, it's so much fun and it's so beautiful. The longer you let your mixture stand, because I haven't, look at that one, beautiful. The longer you let your mixture stand, the better your bubbles will be. But this is so much fun. I did the little sticks as well, so we just have a little go with that and see how that works. But like I said, this is all about playing. don't think you're ever too old to play. Dip our sticks again in our mixture and oh wow, that goes really well. And if you're a small person, if you're only little, you might be easier with little sticks. Close your sticks together and your bubble comes off. Okay, so that's it for me today. That was really, really easy. Remembering with the sharp things, you're going to need a parent or carer or an adult to help you with it. Just have lots of fun. I've only just mixed the mixture up, but as it stands, it'll be better. And you'll have lots of fun, not just for play week. You can do this at any time. Thanks ever so much. Look after yourselves, stay safe. Bye.